Hey guys, welcome to Lead Programmer. Today we are going to look at a Leetcode premium problem, encode and decode strings. So since this is a premium problem on Leetcode, we are using another platform called Leetcode to access the problem. So let's begin. Essentially, we have an array of strings and we have to essentially encode them such that it results in a single string. Then we have to take that single string and decode that such that we get the original array of strings that we had. So if we look at an example, a way to do it is we take the string itself and add these two characters in the middle. And then we take the second string and again add this character in the middle. And we can encode it in this way. This is one of the many possible ways to encode it. For the sake of this example, let's just follow the example that they have given. Next, we also have an example which is a bit interesting. What if they use the character that we use for differentiating between two different strings? In that case, you might have heard about a concept called escape characters, right? So essentially, escape characters are characters which indicate that, okay, the upcoming character is actually reserved. So we have to treat it such that it is not reserved, right? Because this character has a special meaning to us. But while decoding this given string, we don't want to confuse ourselves about the string, which is this character, and the way we encode is by adding this. So for this reason, we make use of this special character, which is essentially the same character, which we then use as an escape character, which essentially means that if we encounter two of these colons, then treat it as one single string colon and do not treat it as a special meaning that we have, which is a separator in this case. So that's the concept of escape characters. Awesome. So let's begin coding. Encode should be pretty straightforward. Essentially, we just want to join all the strings and separate them by this special characters. And if we encounter this particular character, then we know that we have to also append an escape character with it. That is making use of it twice. Awesome. So let's get started. Let's have string declared like this, which is essentially our return string. And then let's have a for loop which goes through the strings. If string is not equal to colon, then we essentially have str equals str plus the special encoding characters. Else, we want to have this character followed by s followed by our separator. Next, moving on to decoding, we are essentially given a single string and we have to decode it and return an array of strings. So in order to do that, let's define a result array and let's begin. So we go through each and every character in our string and If if that character is not equal to colon, then we know that it's completely legal. We just want to build on and build our string, right? So let's also have a buffer to kind of temporarily store the value. So we just have buff plus equals that character. Else, if our character is equal to our special character and the character next to it is another special character that we use to make the separation between two strings, and we know that we have our result ready. We can store, we can append the buffer into the result, and common programming mistake, don't forget to clear the buffer. Otherwise, the buffer will keep building. Awesome. And note that we also checked the next iteration. So in the next iteration, it'll be s plus 1, but we want to skip that iteration because we already made the check here. So we can have a skip variable. There are other ways to do it, but I chose to do it this way. We can have a skip variable. So we just set skip to true, and it would essentially mean that it skips the next iteration. So in order to do that, we need to have a check here. And to see if it's true, then make skip false and skip this particular iteration because we don't care about it. Awesome. Moving on, what if we encounter a special case, the escape character case, where we had two colons? So in that case, let's do the check where this character at s is equal to colon and at s plus 1 is also equal to colon. In that case, we know that we have to treat those two colons as a single colon, right? So there you go. We just add a single colon. So if we encounter two colons, we know that we have to treat them as a single colon. And then we just set skip to true because we already checked the next character as well. So we don't want another iteration for that character. So we just set skip to true and our algorithm takes care of skipping the next iteration. And there you go. It's not required, but I guess still it's good to have. Awesome. And at the end, we want to return our result array. There you go. Awesome. So that's our solution. Please like the video, subscribe. See you soon.